hinges creak in doorless chambers, and strange, frightening sounds echo through the halls. Whenever candlelights flicker where the air is deathly still. That is the time when ghosts are present, practicing their terror with ghoulish delight. Our tour begins here in this gallery, where you can see paintings of our guests as they appeared in their corruptible, mortal states. Consider the elderly woman in the portrait. She sits outside, holding a rose. As the portrait comes into view, we discover that the woman is sitting on top of a tombstone of a man, presumably her husband. A quick look at the man's bust reveals an axe lodged into the top of his head. When Imaginaire Exitentio wrote the script for the Haunted Mansion, he identified the woman as Abigail Patecleaver. However, her story has evolved quite a bit over the years. Our ghost host makes it clear when we enter the gallery that these portraits illustrate guests in the mansion before their demise. So is it possible that the widow shows up somewhere else in the mansion as a ghost? In 2006, after a reimagining of the Haunted Mansion, we learned that the widow and the bride in the attic were one and the same. Her name is Constance Hatchaway. Constance is far deadlier than most of the mansion's residents. In the original attraction, it was heavily implied that the beating heart bride in the attic was the love interest of the notorious Hatbox Ghost. In fact, most fans assume that she's the reason that the Hatbox Ghost lost his head. Constance, however, was far more deadly, taking the heads of her 5 husbands. They were Ambrose Harper, a wealthy farmer from California; Frank Banks, a Californian banker; Marquise de Doom, a foreign diplomat from China; Reginald Kane, a portly railroad baron; and, the most interesting of all, George Hightower. George Hightower was Constance's 5th husband and the former owner of the mansion. The name George appears on the tombstone in the stretching room portrait. Each of Constance Hatchaway's husbands died on their wedding night in the same way, losing their head. She was never convicted of her crimes, but she was dubbed the Black Widow Bride. After George's death, Constance would inherit the mansion. Her appearance in the stretching room tells us that she lived to a ripe old age, and upon her death, her spirit would roam the attic of the mansion. And that is the story of Constance Hatchaway, aka Abigail Patecleaver, aka the Black Widow Bride. Now, let us know what you think. Do you like the combined Widow Bride storyline? Tell us your thoughts in the comments section below. And keep an eye out for our next video, where we'll be exploring another guest of the Haunted Mansion.